It's January and our garden feels quiet and calm. A light layer of snow has started to cover the ground. Snowflakes are falling gently, adding a peaceful touch to our land. They are bringing a lighter feeling to the overall dark and sleepy atmosphere. This time of year, the garden looks so different. It's resting. Spring is still far away. It's a reminder that everything needs a season to pause and recharge, even nature. But our garden beds aren't completely empty. There's still something here, even in the heart of winter. I want all winter to be like this. I always say that. But this is how I imagine it. It would be so much more interesting, I think, if every day was like this.
Yeah, but maybe we would get over it very quickly and we wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, maybe it would be boring after all.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because when it's snowy for a week, I don't feel anymore like going outside every day.
Yeah, that's true.
And obviously this is the perfect opportunity for a garden tour. So let's check out our garden beds. They are all covered with snow, so that's the status. You can't see much, all the strawberries are hidden, but we still have some things here. We have some root celeries hiding here. They are small, so we left them to grow. We have a lot of kale this year, which is great because it lasts all winter until the spring, so we have some greens to eat for the rest of the winter basically. Also a lot of leeks, which again, same story. We can harvest gradually the whole winter. We already planted garlic somewhere in between, so the empty beds will have garlic, some of them.
And speaking of garlic, let's take a look at how we prepared and planted it back in December.
I'm getting ready to plant garlic again, as every year. It's something we already started 5 years ago, I guess, when we bought the place. It was one of the first things we planted. It's garlic I got from my grandpa, so I'm continuing the family tradition. And it's been doing really well every year. It's really easy. And I've been gradually increasing the amount of cloves that I plant every year. Last year I planted 66 of them and they all grew up successfully. This year I will do probably 70 or something like that. It's more than we need basically for the whole year. We haven't bought garlic for years probably.
So now Tommy is separating the cloves from the head, you know. This is what will grow out of the one planted clove, the whole head of garlic.
Yeah. But what's interesting is that I remember our garlics usually had 4 cloves and now they have more smaller ones.
So they are changing. That's interesting.
I like more smaller ones.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we want to put just 1 clove in our meal and it's a big one and then it's very spicy.
So it's a nice change. They're changing to the better.
And I think it works the way that basically what you plant should grow. Like, you know, the baby will inherit the characteristics of the mother. So when you plant cloves from a head which had multiple cloves, many cloves, then the new ones should have it as well.
We'll see.
To plant garlic, you need to make holes, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Peter thought it was very important for me to say that.
It is, and it's very windy, so Tommy is falling. It's hard to keep balance.
I'm not drunk. The next step, is to put the garlic cloves in the ground. This part is really essential. If you don't do this, you won't get any garlic next year.
And there is the right direction, right?
Yes. The top should be on top. The bottom should be on the bottom.
Yes, very important.
Don't mess this up, guys.
And at the end we need to water the garlics, of course. And that's the last step for now.
It went really quickly. We only spent here like half an hour to plant everything.
Yes.
And this is interesting. I planted 2 cauliflowers, but it was quite late, so they didn't create the part that you normally eat, the head, I guess. But we didn't let them go to waste, and we eat the leaves, and they are very delicious. They're quite sweet, actually.
Very, very yummy. I can confirm.
And there's also a bit of arugula here, but not as much as we had before, so instead we have the kale. Even some green onions are growing here on their own because I forgot to harvest the onions.
Yeah. So cute.
And we have something in the back as well, I think.
This is the garden pond. Wow.
Where? You can go skate?
It's so interesting. Wow. Okay. Yay.
And here's my rock garden.
Yes, this is Tommy's rock garden and it looks interesting as well.
Everything's white now.
So here is the second big garden bed. There is still kale here.
One kale.
Ta-da, look at the leaves. They are very yummy. We've been enjoying these ones a lot. Here still big horseradishes.
They're huge, so we didn't manage to eat them all.
Yeah, and here we have a lot of leeks. This is the main garden bed with leeks. They are very big and it's okay to have them here during winter. They won't go bad, so it's like a storage area for us now.
And our magical conifer forest is here, covered with snow, so it looks beautiful. And you can see the trees maybe better now in the snow actually, because when there is tall grass, then they are hardly visible, because they are tiny at the moment, all of them. But Peter promises that they will grow very quickly, so maybe next year they will be somewhere here. What say you, Peter?
I'm hoping. So I'm not saying it will happen. I don't know.
I don't remember saying hope. I don't remember hearing hope.
Yes, that's very popular now. I am manifesting. Guys, you have to imagine that it will happen in the future and it will happen. Or that's the theory.
That's the science, guys.
So I can already see the magical forest here. But I have to say it's not here yet. So
I can see it now already, thanks to the snow.
we have something to look forward to. We have a lot of things here in the garden to look forward to, but the forest is definitely one of them. We started shelling our own hazelnuts, our big harvest. It's not very big, but for us it's big.
It's the biggest one yet. It's actually the first one.
Yes, I wanted to say that this is the time when we usually shell walnuts, but they froze in spring, so we don't have any. But instead, we have quite a lot of hazelnuts, which is a very nice substitute. So we'll see what happens and how this goes.
Yeah, I was just telling Peter that we didn't really intend to have a hazelnut harvest. We just planted hazelnuts as part of the hedge for privacy. So this is just a nice bonus and a nice replacement for the walnuts, since we don't have those.
Yes.
And so far it looks great, because basically in every shell there has been a nut.
So that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's what we want. goes so fast.
It's actually easier than walnuts. I like it. We don't need walnuts anymore.
There is no mess inside,
Yeah.
just a ball of nut.
Which is great. And so far I haven't seen any pests. Maybe they haven't found our garden yet because our hazelnuts have only started, but we expect more of them every year since the trees are only starting to grow. So I'm sure we will have friends in the garden soon.
Yay! Everyone always warns us about pests. It seems like pests are quite common on hazelnuts, so we are glad we've been so lucky so far and no pests whatsoever. And guys, we don't have any squirrels here in the garden. There aren't any in the surroundings. You always say that squirrels will take everything and there will be no harvest of hazelnuts, but there are no squirrels here whatsoever, just to clarify. So we are safe in that department, but we'll see about the pests in the future. We are sure they will find us when there are a lot of hazelnut bushes and they are growing, so there will be, so we'll see.
It took us about 45 minutes to process all the nuts, and this is the 2024 harvest, which is much more than I expected because almost all of them were good, so there were no losses. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how much.
Yeah.
And it's this much. I don't see it because this is how Peter said it, but
410 grams.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Not nearly enough for us because we buy kilograms every year, but it's a nice bonus.
Yeah, this is amazing. First time having this much hazelnuts.
Yeah.
Yay. Completely frozen. No. As you can see, 1 week later there was no snow whatsoever. It usually stays only for a short time, and even the sun showed up, which is quite a rare occurrence in winter, so we were enjoying it. All of a sudden, a new visitor came to our garden. Not sure where he came from, but village cats like discovering new places. He was quite cuddly at first, but once we took out the camera and started filming, he lost interest. Oh well.
I didn't fool him.
He stayed a few more minutes, thoroughly checking out everything, and then it was time to go. He jumped the fence and went on with his day of exploration elsewhere. Since it was cold, we also picked a few rose hips. It's awesome that it's possible to pick rose hips even in winter. Rosehip tea is easy to make and it's a nice treat in winter. You just cook the rose hips for a bit, then you mash them, let them steep for a while and strain them. And voila, a yummy tea is ready. And that's it for now. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and see you guys next time. Bye!